I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to let go of the old self and shift into a new reality. Because people often talk about like kill the ego, let go of the ego, destroy the ego. And I think that this perspective can actually keep people stuck. In my experience, at least, that's what it did for me. So I'm going to be sharing with you how you can have a different perspective that will help you to shift into that reality that you actually want. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell because I do actually post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video. It's also going to be in the comments of this video as well. Now, the first thing that I want to share with you in this video is, in my personal experience and in my opinion, the best thing that has ever been useful for me to really transform and become that person that I really want to be truly, like at the core, like every single part of who I really want to be, is to stop trying to let go of the old self. Because the very nature of trying to let go of something, in my experience, implies that you're just putting a lot of attention and focus on it. It implies that you're still in that reality. See, if you already had the reality that you want, you wouldn't be trying to let go of anything because it would be assumed that you've already overcome that old self. The very implication, the very desire to let go of something and to remove something out of your experience, it has the implication that you've not yet arrived at that person that you want to be. Now, of course, we want some linear timeline of I need to let go of this to become this. But oftentimes, I found that in my experience, this happens completely naturally when I just focus on who I want to be. So it's like when I really try to let go of this old self and I put all my attention, how do I let go of this old self? It's almost like I amplify it even more. But when I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on what I want to do. I'm just going to focus on who I really want to be and do what I want to do while honoring everybody else, of course, when I want to do it. You know what I mean? And then what happens is it's almost like magical. It's like without even trying. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever experienced this. It's almost like effortlessly, without even trying, like on the way to that reality, like something happens where I just let go of the old self. And it's like, oh, well, I tried so long to let go of this, and then it just happened. It's like on the way to your manifestation, you just received that thing. And it's funny because by that point, usually you don't even need it anymore. You don't have a desire to let go of the thing. So all these things that you try to manipulate and control in the external world because you really wanted to let go of this old self with all this kind of frantic energy, it just kind of naturally happens on the way to that desire. And then you manifest all the things that you need almost effortlessly to just go get it. And it's like you don't even need to try. You don't even need to try. It's like the more that we try to let go of the old self, the harder we make our reality. And in my experience, when I just decided to drop that completely, I decided to stop trying to let go of the old self and I decided just to be who I want to be, my life just became so much more effortless, so much more natural. It's like I really understand now what it means to be in your natural state of being. I'm not just saying it because I read it somewhere. It's just very natural. It's like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. Because I believe that naturally we're meant to move forward in life. I believe that we're meant to shift into different versions of who we want to be moment to moment and just experience just the diversity of life, you know? And what happens is that when we get stuck in one reality and then we create an entire paradigm around that, when you get stuck there long enough, then you start to create all these ideas of how to remove this thing from life. But it's like if you just didn't even let yourself go that far, if that makes any sense, and it just kept moving forward and kept creating that reality that you want, you would never even have a concept to let go of anything. I hope that makes sense. So it's like this dense, heavy energy that we fall into just stops even becoming a thing when we just focus on who we want to be. So what I really want to share with you is that instead of trying to let go of the old self, instead of doing that, what I found personally for me to be valuable, again, you do what works for you in these videos. I'm always just sharing what works for me. You know, honor your guidance, honor what you feel. If anything that I say in these videos doesn't resonate for you, I encourage you just not to listen to it. Just don't listen to it. Listen to your highest intuition no matter what I say, no matter what anybody ever tells you. Because in my opinion, if you let somebody decide your belief system, then you're not honoring your belief system, and we all create our own rules. Okay, we create our own rules to how to manifest our reality. You create your own rules. So whatever they found useful for me is to focus on moving forward into the new self, as opposed to like trying to kill the ego and remove the old self. It's almost like instead of removing something from existence, I found it to be more useful to integrate every part of who I want to be into existence. Let myself be who I want to be. And then what happens is that anything that needs to be removed, anything that contradicts who I prefer to be, naturally falls out of my reality quite effortlessly, quite naturally, almost not even trying. It's almost like I don't have to try. I don't have to try because it's like there's so much momentum and so much attention and so much focus on who I want to be. What falls away is just anything that's not that. You know, and it's not about running away from anything. It's just about understanding that I don't want to give my power and my consciousness to ideas and interpretations of my self-image and who I prefer to be that is not in alignment with my manifestations and my power. You know, that's just my opinion. I think that everybody can fall into this, including myself, but I've found it the last couple months of my life in particular, and the last couple of years, but more so the last couple months, I found it to be so much more useful to remove this paradigm of trying to force to remove things or even to force to become something, and simply decide who I am and then align my thoughts and my feelings and my actions with that identity. And then again, anything that's out of alignment with that will just fall away. It just falls away. And I want to say it again. I know I've said this a couple times, but I want to say it again to make it very clear in this video that I want to make it clear that this happens naturally. This happens very effortlessly. You become like a shape-shifting consciousness. And that's what I believe we really are. I believe we are shapeshifters, and we can shapeshift into that person that we want to be. And when we're done with that, we become something else. Now, when you have fully experienced a certain kind of reality that you desire to experience, would you try to kill that part of you? Why remove it from existence? Why not say, that was great, that was amazing, let me just focus on something else now? And you can also even go back if you want to. You can go back, but at some point you don't want to, because it's already something you've experienced, right? You experience it, you have the desire met, you meet the desire, and then you shift into new reality. So instead of trying to kill it and remove it, build momentum and focus on moving forward into the new self. Okay, and with that, I conclude this video. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.